So here's a very common mistake that a lot of newbie marketers make. And in fact, these days, a lot of even more seasoned marketers that are getting a little bit too infatuated with the whole social media thing, and that is that they don't tell the whole story. Meaning that they might, or you indeed, might assume too much. Assume that your prospect knows what you're talking about, what the product is, what their problem is, and they go and just go directly to a product pitch. Or it could be like telling a story, but a little bit too hastily, that they don't really get the hang of it, because you know what happened and you know the impact, but they don't. Or it could be, selling an actual product or even a service, but it's done in a way that doesn't really tell the whole story, but it just kind of ekes out benefit by benefit, and it just never gets into the full swing of it. And there's a lot to be said about telling that whole story, having a full pitch, that starts from an attention grabber and, telegraphing the benefits and a little bit of a drama opening, and then going into the method and moving into, the very, compelling specifics of the product, and on and on and on and on and on. That whole structure that's been honed through, decades, through direct mail, through infomercials and sales letters and VSLs and all kinds of things. They all, those most successful formats, most successful promotions ever. If you look at it, they tell the whole story. If you look at successful infomercials, for instance, they all start with that. Oh, here's a problem that's a little bit exaggerated, but they're making a point. Somebody's hauling around a huge ass grill to their tiny little car, and it's not working, and it's a little bit funny, but it does the job. It communicates that frustration, reminds people that you have a problem, and then they move on to would it be nice if you had it easier, and then you can demonstrate the whole product. And all of the legendary promotions, they tell that whole story. So why don't you go back and look at what you have in your offerings that really warrants that full treatment, that full not just a snippet here, a snippet there, a report, download, a 2-minute video, but the whole story. And if you look at even like really successful Facebook ads, a lot of them are long form now. They could be like an hour-long video, and of course not everybody watches all of it, but a lot of times it's about getting that full story out there. So in the end, it is easy like that, but creating that full story and knowing the sequence and knowing the structure and getting the energy right and getting the appeals right, that's what copywriters get paid for. But it's well worth it, even if you're not a copywriter, or you don't feel like hiring one. Okay, you can get like half of it right and still get pretty good sales out of it if you tell the whole story. But do consider that, because even though if you look at marketing today, it's a snippet here, snippet there. That may be the beginning of it. You need to have that snippy headline so you can get people started. But once you get them started, they need that whole story if you're expecting them to buy in to your idea, to your pitch, to your worldview, and eventually your product. Or if you want to, especially if you want to, go the full direct response route and have them buy something as soon as possible and then move them on throughout your funnel, then you really need that full story, or at least the promise of it. And that's it. Talk to you later.